Our incredible Pacific Northwest 2024 trip has finally come to an end.
And now it's time to get our 2025 journey on the road.
Our 2025 groove on.
Get your groove
on. Get your groove on.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, 2024 has finally come to an end. If you've been following us at all, you know the year 2024 we spent in the Pacific Northwest.
It was incredible.
It really, really was.
And if you're a first-time viewer, hi, I'm Dina.
And I'm Dan.
Welcome to our channel.
But we also want to talk about the year 2025 and some of our plans for 2025. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about how our year 2024 ended up.
And just an FYI, there will be more 2024 videos after this video.
So 2024, we ended up in Central California at our son and daughter-in-law's house. And we were there for a couple of months. And this really, we kind of call this like a reset. We've been on the road for the whole year. This did and move in pretty much every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This allowed us to be in one spot for a couple of months and actually get some much needed maintenance, upgrades, and some more adventures done as well while we were in California.
Yeah, I was going to say slow down, but I don't know how much slowing down we did, helping take care of a 17-month-old granddaughter. It was so much fun, and we're grateful for it. But we really enjoyed being with them. They're not very far from Yosemite National Park, so we actually got to visit the park a number of times. Yeah. We took our e-bikes and went riding through the park, which was fabulous. We got to see some of the sights and go places we wouldn't normally not be able to go.
That's what I liked about it. Yeah.
We also got to see the incredible firefalls. If you've never heard of it, it's around February, I believe, a little bit of March or February, March, time of year, depending where you are.
It's just that the sun sets on a waterfall at the correct, yeah.
The sun sets on the waterfall. The water looks like fire coming down the side of the mountain. It is incredible. We are very, very happy and feel very grateful that we got to experience that. We also went to the park so Dan and our son could do a little bit of rock climbing. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was fun to watch you. And we just got to do some local hikes not far from their home. We did a hike called Tabletop Mountain. That was incredible.
That was fun. The views were unbelievable.
The views were amazing. It was a really fun hike, just incredible. And we took our e-bikes to the local park. Woodward Park is a 300-acre recreational park. We got to enjoy riding our e-bikes and bikes around the park for the day. That was a lot of fun.
But it wasn't all fun and games. Mm-hmm. We also took advantage of this time to get caught up on doctor visits. I actually had, luckily for me, our daughter-in-law is a doctor, and she was able to help me out with something on my...
And got some injections.
It felt awesome, trust me. But we got some... caught up on our annual doctor visits. We got rodeo all caught up.
On her vaccines.
You had hair, dentist,
other doctors,
dermatology, got all that stuff done.
But most importantly, we got to meet up with Chim and Danette, who had followed us from the start and had become great friends of ours.
Yeah.
And this also allowed us to, so we wouldn't be true mooch stalking. We actually helped out quite a bit at our son and daughter-in-law's house. We helped paint our son's office, which
loves
thoroughly loves that. We also did a little bit of electrical work. They wanted a new receptacle someplace. We got that done, and we also helped build a couple benches in the garage for his rock climbing gym in the garage.
Board sessions.
So we got that done as well.
Yeah.
But just as important for us, it also allowed us to get a lot of maintenance and some upgrades done on the RV. which you know, when you're on the road, things you kind of put off and you put off. And by being in one spot for a couple of months, it allowed us to do all these little things. So
Yeah.
Dina's got a list of some of the stuff we did just to kind of give you a rough idea. I'll talk about them briefly. We won't go into a lot of details, but if you have any questions about anything that we did, just leave a comment and I'll be more than happy to go into more details with you. But what's one of the first things we did?
RV country.
Yeah, so towards the end of 2024, we noticed up underneath the kingpin, there's some trim that was starting to come loose on that front cap of the RV. Now, we know that Grand Design's been having some frame flex issues, so we do think it might have been the very beginning of frame flex. So luckily for us, we were able to make an appointment with RV Country just south of Fresno, California, a couple months ahead of time.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got to the Fresno area, the couple days later, we were able to bring the RV to RV Country. They took the whole front piece off. They told me some couple busted bolts. They put all that back together, and we were able to get the RV back the very next day. So that was a huge, huge relief off of me. I'm glad that worked out the way it did.
Our little water leak.
Oh yeah, we had a nice little water leak.
For our ending 2024.
Yeah, I do think, looking back on it now, that it was probably happening longer than I realized.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice it until we were about a week out. We only had 1 week left to go until we got to California. So what we ended up doing was, I noticed on the Nautilus system, I could turn the valve a certain way and it wouldn't leak. So we had to play around with that for the last week. But once we got to Central California, I did find the leak. Luckily, it was just a loose fitting on the back of the Nautilus system. So we were able to get that fixed. And what this also allowed us to do is, because of that leak, we had the insulation up underneath the belly needed to be replaced. So while I had that belly down to change that insulation, I also went ahead and changed our black tank and our gray tank valves. Now, the whole reason for doing that is because both of those valves were starting to get kind of little snug to open and close. Taking the belly off and on, it's kind of a pain in the neck. So I figured while it was down, let's go ahead and get that done. So we did replace our black tank and our gray tank valves. And just a little tip on the black tank, I flushed the heck out of that black tank our last night and the last day before we got to California. I didn't want to have a mess. And there was still stuff in there that I really didn't care to see. So FYI, if you ever have to do that, flushing didn't seem to make too much of a difference.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
The anode rod.
The anode rod. Yeah, this is something we do every year for the hot water heater. I changed the anode rod in that. That was pretty quick and easy.
We changed the generator oil and filter.
Yeah, we don't use our generator that much. Typically, it might be at a harvest host on a weekend, but it was just another good time to go ahead and change the oil and the filter as well.
We also did the leg nuts.
Yeah, again, we like checking the lug nuts on the RV once in a while, so we got that done as well.
We removed the carpet in the garage.
Yeah, so this was something
to clean everything out.
Yeah, this was just one of those things that, if you RV, just over time things get dusty and dirty. It's kind of out of place, and that's kind of what happened with us here.
Yeah, the rug started sliding around a little bit. You would not believe what all we found under the rug. It's amazing what gets.
A couple bodies, actually. So we got the whole garage area completely cleared out, got the rug cleaned up and put that back in. I got all that done.
Did some reorganizing, getting rid of
some
stuff that we had in there. So now for the fun stuff.
Well, we do have a couple more things.
Oh.
We had our water
Yeah.
softener.
Yes.
We went ahead and got that regenerated, got that all set up as well. And we did our water filters. We have an inline filter that goes onto the hose. We also have which we actually just bought a new one. And then we also have regular filters attached to the Nautilus system, which we went ahead and replaced those filters as well. So everything was ready to go for 2025. And then we also did a couple things on the truck as well, right? We got the tires rotated.
Yeah.
We got the oil changed, and we actually got new brakes on the front end as well. So,
Got the oil change and the front brakes, the tire, grease the hitch.
we greased. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff
and
done.
updated our GPS map.
And updated the GA, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we did.
Now the fun stuff.
Wow, for the fun stuff. I'm so excited. The RV upgrades. Yay! So I've been driving Danny crazy, honestly. But, I love to decorate and reorganize and redo things. In an RV, you're limited on every single thing you want or think you can do. So I've been wanting these things done. We replaced the trim in our master bedroom above our bed on the slide out. The ugly trim that was around there. We replaced that with real wood and it turned out amazing.
Yeah, we didn't know what kind of wood to use at first, or what kind of trim. We ended up
Dad
using,
told us.
yeah, my dad did a poplar wood, poplar wood, and we got really lucky with some pieces that we found had some really cool colors in it and variations. So
I think we were lucky finding poplar wood with colors like that.
yeah, to be honest with you, this isn't something I really cared to do, but once we got into it, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
And now what do you think?
I really like it. Yeah, I'm glad we did it, and we just sealed it. We kept the natural color and just sealed it. So that was something that we did.
Yeah.
And then of course Dina's favorite.
No, okay, so then our coffee pot died, and we need a new coffee pot. And I don't know why, but we've had the black Keurigs over the last several years. Honestly, for years and years, we've always, for whatever reason, gone to black. So I wanted to change something up. So I'm like, let's get white. So then, of course,
White didn't match the RV.
so we had the interior of the RV painted. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wait until you see it. It is amazing.
We will be doing a video later on, kind of another
I
walkthrough.
get chills just telling you because I'm so excited to share this with you. I needed something different. I felt like my walls were closing in. I was getting depressed, honestly. Like it just felt like I needed a change and I didn't know what to do. We were not we thought about maybe possibly getting a new RV, but we didn't want to take that on. So this was the next thing I came up with. And it is like having a new RV. It's that much
It came out
of a
good.
transformation change.
So
It's just,
Mama's
I am
happy.
so excited.
Daddy's broke. So
But the best thing is Mama's happy.
yeah.
So you know how they always say things happen in threes, and it did for us. We had the coffee pot break, we had the water leak, and we had the ice maker go out, all within our last week and a half of 2024. And it was like, oh my gosh, what is going to be next? There's nothing else. There's nothing else. There's three. Please, there's nothing else.
And just so you know, the ice maker, we looked into getting that fixed. It was going to be more of a pain. I think that's worse. So we're using ice trays right now. We'll see how that goes. So that's 2024. Again, Pacific Northwest we loved. And then getting back to California, all the maintenance and stuff we got done in prep for 2025. So our plans for 2025, basically, long story short, go from California to Florida.
Yeah.
That's it. However, we're not going the most direct route. We got tumbleweeds all over the place.
Everywhere.
So as you can see, we're driving right now. This is our first day of 2025 driving, our first travel day. And we are headed to Hurricane, Utah. So our basic plans, we do want to get to Florida in time for Christmas. but we're also going to go in a roundabout way. So generally, our first stop is going to be Hurricane, Utah. We want to go to Zion again. We really enjoyed Zion
A couple years ago.
a few years back. We want to do that again. We are also going to go to Bryce Canyon. We did get to go to Bryce once before, but honestly, it was a very short one-day trip.
The weather wasn't great.
Yeah, and we just didn't get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we want to go back to Bryce so we can hopefully spend some more time there. Then we're going to head back over from Utah to, I believe, Nevada for Great Basin National Park. I don't know anything about that, but it's right there.
It's a national park.
National
And we're
Park.
national park travelers.
That's right. So we will be going there. Now from there, the only national park in Utah we haven't been to yet is Capitol Reef. So we will be heading over to Capitol Reef after that. We will also be heading up towards Salt Lake City, Utah. There's a little island there called Antelope Island. We met somebody up in, I think, Washington State was telling us about it. I guess they have wild, I think it said buffalo even, and some wild animals on there. So we want to go check that out. And then we're going to start to get into some of the places that we've just some of our favorite places. We're going to get up into Jackson, or the Grand Tetons in the town of Jackson Hole. So we're going to spend time in the Tetons, and we actually got a spot in Coulter Bay RV Park.
Yes.
They're precious to get those.
Yeah.
So we'll be spending a week in the Tetons. Then we're going to head up into Yellowstone. We're going to spend a week up into Yellowstone.
We're going to have some family come.
Yeah, we're hoping to have some family visit. Now, when we normally go to Yellowstone, it's usually in September. We're going to be here in the beginning of summertime, so it's going to hopefully see some different things. We'll probably see a little baby buffalo, baby elk.
Hopefully some bears.
Hopefully some bears coming out of hibernation.
Yeah.
So we're really excited for that. And then we're also going to head up to a place called Red Lodge. Now, this is actually on the north end of the Beartooth Highway. We were fortunate enough a few years ago to drive part of the Beartooth Highway, the southern half of it. But I don't know if you remember, but there was a big washout a few years ago, and that road was washed out. So we couldn't do the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go up into Red Lodge and do the northern half of the Beartooth Highway. Because it's worth it. It's just a beautiful highway. Now from there, we're still kind of heading north at this point. We're going to get up into North Dakota. We want to go to Theodore Roosevelt National Park and see that. And from there, we're going to basically start heading due east across the northern part of the United States. There's a couple other national parks up, I think it's north of maybe Wisconsin, somewhere up in there. They're on the water. Up there, we're going to maybe try to get into those. And then we're going to slow it down for about a month. And I'll never pronounce this right, but I believe it's called Mackinac Island in northern Michigan. We're going to spend about a month there. This is getting towards the end of summer now at this point. We've heard it's beautiful up in there. So hopefully we really enjoy that as well.
I think we will.
From there, we're going to start heading south. We're going to get to Elkhart, Indiana again. We really enjoyed our time there a few years ago. We'll probably go back to the museum, maybe even see about doing another Grand Design tour if we can, and see some other stuff as well while we're there. Now from here, once we leave Elkhart, it's pretty much a drive due south down to Florida. There's I think there's one more national park we're going to try to see on the way there, but we do want to get to Florida in time for Christmas, to spend Christmas with family for 2025. So that is our 2020, or I guess a roundup of 2024 and an overview of 2025.
And can you guys feel? Are you seeing the sway?
Yeah, this is
It's
ridiculous.
real. That's how bad this wind is.
That's if we make it to 2025.
Yeah, I was going to say, holy smokes. But we're really happy you're here. We hope you enjoy our channel. and our videos. And please comment and let us know if you're going to be in any of the areas that we mentioned. If you're going to be there at the same time, maybe we can meet up. You never know. We are actually, when we get to Hurricane Utah, we're going to meet up with a
Yeah.
really sweet family in Utah that we met back at Coos Bay in Washington.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Back at the end of, I guess, last September, actually. So we're meeting up with them, which is going to be really fun. But we do love meeting our viewers. We love meeting people anyway. So if you're going to be in the area, let us know. But that's it, I guess, for
Yeah,
now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to our travels this year. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give us a like, a thumbs up. Please ring the notification bell. And thank you so much for spending your time with us.
Here's to a good 2025. Remember, always live life to the fullest.
Have a great week, safe travels, and God bless.
You ready to work on a video yet?
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Look at me.
I thought you were goofing off.
I'm dying in pain because of my sciatica, trying to get in the most comfortable position. I did my stretches, and he wants to know if I'm ready to do a video. Oh my gosh.
Are you?
If you weren't pulling the RV, I would hit you right now.